Okay, so what about the straight up the practicalities, hardware, um, from the lowest end to maybe not necessarily the highest end, but like what's our spectrum here for what's available and worthwhile for actually creating an IRL stream? Like minimum threshold, is that really acceptable? At what point do you upgrade?
I think if you're in an area like in the US, or well, technically wherever you're from, and you're using your phone, like that's a good start. See if you like it first before you buy the major hardware. Like experience it with your phone first. That's what I did. When I went overseas with my phone, that was another story because it was hell. There was a lot of problems I ran into, data issues, all sorts of things. I did get some streams off, but for the most part, I was like, oh, this ended up just being more of a vacation because the tech hours I put into trying to figure it all out was just a mess. When I got the backpack, I built the backpack last year. So I know the hardware in and out. I know the data. The data is the biggest issue. And I will tell you that right now. Data costs a lot of money. If you want to really have a solid stream, is going to cost you a lot of money. Just for example, my international data for a month is $1,000. It is a lot, but my streams are smooth as frick right now. And I knew that going into this, what it was like beforehand. So I made the exception and I saved and I put it towards this so that I could have nothing go wrong. And
now, what about
will there still be problems? Yes, there will be for sure.
Do you have like a backup plan for it?
I mean, I have backup cords and a battery, and I have backup of everything. One of everything is what I always say to bring, just in case, because things will break, especially if you're using the backpack. When you're out and about, it will break. Things will mess up. It's not the easiest tech. Well, I will tell you that. For every hour I streamed, I probably put double into tech and figuring and servers and all sorts of stuff. But I know it inside and out now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I kind of ran into some of the same stuff. I mean, you kind of have to experience it, like once at least. When you start figuring out what these problems are and kind of how to circumvent them. Because, as a streamer, whenever you run into tech issues, you don't ever want to run into it while you're live, first of all. So anything you can do, well, at least for me, I'm sure a lot of people, anything I can do to prevent me from having to deal with a tech issue online is always super important, on days off or afterwards to nail it out. So I finally got something, the dream essentially. I could do a gaming stream, and then after that, if I wanted to go get food or go get a drink or something, I could literally throw it on kind of a like an intermission type thing. A buddy of mine put together nice intermission type thing, and then using then I can fire up the backpack and through a RTMP server, and then go live from my streaming computer, without having to drop signal or turn off the broadcast or anything. So that took a lot of stuff to figure all that out to get it working properly.
It's honestly a must. The RTMP server is great. I have the same thing. That way, if something happens in your backpack, I had that the other day. My backpack died because I streamed 13 hours. And I put on the BRB screen and I ran home, grabbed my other battery, and then we were back in